Howdy. I'm gonna hopefully give a couple more people a minute to hop on the stream. If you can, let me know if the music is too loud or if I am too quiet or there are any lags or technical difficulties. It already looks like it's going better than it did last time. Hello, Lotya. Yay. My one viewer, yay. I can hear you over the music. The music is a bit much. It is a bit loud in this opening screen. So let's turn it on down a touch. It's so pretty, I like to blast it. There we go. Hooray, quality. Yeah, so based on a Twitter poll that not very many people completed, but some did, I'm going to be starting from the top of Pentiment just because the technical difficulties last time were insurmountable. And also, that video didn't record at all, so that's fun. Um, but yes, so you all get to watch me start from the beginning, which is very good because that means I get to show you the great animation of the storybook opening for the first time in that book block shifting. I'm Allie Alvis. I am a book historian and rare book cataloger and medievalist and just a book nerd in general. And I study old books for a living. So when I heard that Obsidian was making this video game that's based on old books aesthetics, I was hyped beyond belief, and now it is finally out. I have played some of it. It is fantastic, and I cannot wait to show it to you. And yeah, so let's get going. New game. First up, you have this option to select your fonts, what sort of visual identity people will have when they speak to you. And this is based on the hands in medieval manuscripts. So a hand is basically a fancy way of saying the writing style. And these writing styles are basically how we think of cursive versus just note taking. So obviously, you would write in cursive for a more formal type of document, like you sign your. I guess people don't really sign checks anymore, but you sign whatever it is you sign in cursive, and you write your grocery lists in just regular handwriting. This was much more important in the Middle Ages and the period in which manuscripts were the main form of communication. You had obviously big medieval illuminated manuscripts that were in a very particular kind of stylized hand. And then there were contracts and other documents that were in a more sort of casual hand. And you'll see that as the main character sort of talks to other characters. I'll shut up about this so we can get into gameplay. I will use the stylized fonts, but I love that there are easy read fonts. That is a nice, accessible option. Thank God for autosave. Let's go! Watch this book. Watch it open. Oh, and the clasps open up too. It's so wonderful. The book block or the text block is basically that chunk of pages that's in between the covers. And in books like this that were hand bound, the text block is very integral to the covers. So anytime the covers move, the text really moves. And I love that the animators really incorporated that into the game. They didn't just have it open and have no physics sort of affecting anything else. And the first thing you do is you rub out this page of manuscript text with a piece of pumice, a rough rock. I think the page of text is actually the opening of the name of the rose in Latin. But these pages are meant to be parchment or vellum, which was a very expensive and precious resource at the time. So instead of throwing a page away or something if somebody made a mistake, they would simply rub out the text that was on it and reuse the page. Here we go. This is such a delightful opening. So there you go, there's the rubbing out. When you reuse a piece of parchment or something like that that has already been written on, that is called a palimpsest, which is kind of, Pentiment is the same concept, but with art. So a pentiment is basically an artistic palimpsest. That is my understanding. I'm more of a book historian than an art historian, so don't take me to the stocks on that. But this opening is so gorgeous, just sort of panning around this digital book. And you can really see the texture of the edges of the pages in this. The pages, again, are meant to be parchment or vellum, which is animal skin. A thicker material than paper, even rag paper, which was the earliest kind of paper that you often see in old books. But it's a very different experience to go through a book made of parchment versus a book made of paper. And I think they really did a great job capturing that in this book, which we will be seeing a lot because it's the setting of our story. So here we are in Bavaria, in the Holy Roman Empire in April 15. And here we are sleeping. Again, let me know if the audio is weird in any way. I know last time I played through it was very imbalanced. But yes. So it is a little loud. I can't do anything about that right now. I have to get out of this cutscene before I get the options up here. That's unfortunate. Well, I'll just talk really loud. So the abbot said to me, Andreas, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. To finish this commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. Anytime you see this little underline under somebody's name or a word, that means you can click on it. And it's glossed in the outer margins of this book that the story is taking place in. So you get this fabulous manicule with this crazy long finger. Manicule is Latin for little hand. It's also called maniculum, but manus for hand and cule meaning little. So when you see this little pointing finger, that is a manicule. And this is Brother Piero down here in the margin. Yay, thank you, Dot, the real Leopa. And you also see these fab marginal grotesques. These two cats, there are several animals in these margins that are actually based on the game staff's animals. So these are two cats that belong to, I can't remember if it's a writer or an artist, but yeah, they are very sweet. So this is Brother Piero. I'm gonna be a bit of a rapscallion, and I don't want you distracting the sisters in the abbey. Saint Grobian here is a saint who doesn't actually exist in canon, but he was invented for Pentiment, and I have seen him referred to as the patron saint of going goblin mode. So he is the sort of chaos agent. And then Beatrice, who is more the voice of reason. Don't encourage him. And then Socrates, who is the logical voice. So these three people will be sort of talking to you throughout the game, advising you on certain decisions, and you can sort of go internally and think about what you're talking about. Devotion to one's work can yield pleasures of the mind, superlative to those of the body. Yes, very romantic rose, Dot. Either you need to spend time with more exciting lovers, or I need to learn how to work the Socrates way. Oh, Grobian. How did he reply to the other? Oh, I'm gonna continue going goblin mode. It's not my fault God made me this handsome. St. Grobian approves. You are insufferable. Christian faith views desire less favorably than I did in my time. Oh? Perhaps this longing for you will instill in them a greater appreciation for beauty. I love how when people talk, the text gets filled in slowly. And if you look closely, the ink actually spreads as it sort of sinks into the speech bubble, which is such a delightful little detail. After I finish my masterpiece, I will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and my new life as a master await me. Nuremberg is a free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, a major trade center and city of arts, including printing. And here are some more of these great marginal grotesques. This guy with the goat coming out of his mouth and the vines coming out of his ears is inspired by the Luttrell Psalter, which I believe the British Library has fully digitized, and you can go through and just find these weird guys. But yes, so Nuremberg. We're going to go there and get married. But to someone I have never met. The alternative is becoming a philosopher, and nobody wants that. Is she pretty at least? I like to imagine Andreas having a small portrait of her. It's growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man. Wakey, wakey time. Will you visit us again soon? This is cool too. Watch that V to U in out. Sometimes the characters make mistakes when they're talking / writing, and they actually have to scratch out their error. And that's sort of corrected live as people are talking, which is such another delightful detail. Yeah, I'd love to see you guys again soon, but I can't control it. I'd sort of note on this little setting, this is a great blending of early Renaissance concepts of art versus more medieval styles of art. You have this great one-point perspective that these more two-dimensional characters are in and speaking in. It just sort of shows that contrast of the time shifting and changing and art developing and things just in flux. So Grobian is my designated driver, which seems illogical. Yeah, see, this is like uber cool gone wrong. But yeah, so Josh Sawyer has sort of spoken at length about how he and the team have used the works of Albrecht Dürer as an inspiration for the general aesthetics of Andreas and his friends and the people. And in particular, they used Dürer's Ship of Fools. So here we have the eponymous Ship of Fools, captained by Saint Goblin Mode himself. And poor Andreas is just suffering and being stomped upon, even in his dreams. I like this guy at the bottom the best, who's sticking his tongue out over the edge and going... Poor Andreas. Andreas, join the fools. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Let him run you ragged, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. Me. Yeah, he's a cad, but he's not being a troublemaker. And once your work, he has to deal with you as you are. And if you want to go home, you have to be stomped on by a bunch of weird guys. When characters get mad, they speak with splotches, because they're just so violently writing how... so poor Andreas has some splatters. And the red comes in later, after the black, which is a nod to rubrication, which comes from a Latin word rubrico, to color red, rubricare. And rubricum, rubrico, that literally refers to red. So the red embellishments here are meant to emphasize and to draw attention to, and you'll see other colors of rubrication as we go along. But poor Andreas just has to sit down and deal with this uber fool from hell. Remember uber fools before the pandemic? Those were a hell of a thing. bye. Oh, I had such a dream. Good morning, Ursula. I love Ursula's little frizzy hair. And this is really a great example of the differences in writing based on who Andreas is talking to. Andreas speaks in a certain hand, and little Ursula, who is barely speaking at this point, speaks in this very messy sort of what is going on font, and it reinforces her status as a child, and she's just the cutest little thing. Look at her little feeties. Andreas sleeps in his hat. This is canon. Good morning. So, now we have options. So let's go to the options and turn down the sound. I wish that I could have the ambient sounds and the writing volume cranked, but I have understood that the balance is off on Twitch. But the writing is so great because you can hear the little scratching of the quill, and the ambient sounds are also great. It really feels like you're in a place surrounded by farm animals and chickens and pigs, and yeah. So hopefully that sound will be better now. Let's look at this desk. Andreas is messy, and he should clean this up, but he's not going to right now. He has all of these books to read. Ooh, this is great. Watch. Ooh, look, a book on a book. So the story takes place in this fantastic illuminated manuscript, but when you are sort of learning about people and yourself and keeping track of the plot, that's kept track in this more humble journal. And you can see when this book is sitting on top of the illuminated manuscript, you can see the difference in writing styles here. You have this sort of batard, scripty style, and then the more black letter style, proper calligraphy in the illuminated manuscript. And I love the W's, the W letter forms really tickle me. But the animation of this book is great. So let's go to people. Ah, that makes me so happy. So we know a couple of people already. This is Prior Ferenc, and this is Brother Piero, who we sort of met in the margins of our dream. And this is what their deals are. Prior Ferenc is originally from Hungary. He's the prior of Kearsarge Abbey, and he is known for his interest in esoteric books. And Brother Piero is a fellow artist. He is kind and helpful, and he is a master painter specializing in works of extraordinary color. There's also glossary, which I think we have Nuremberg, and that will also populate as we go through. And then maps, which are very useful because I have no sense of direction in real life or video games. So that is the sort of journal codex thing. And we can, again, well, if you clicked on Ferenc, it would have pulled you out to see Ferenc. Don't want to go back to bed. I just woke up. So let's go downstairs. And whenever a scene changes, the page turns, which is another great effect. Hello again, Ursula. Those bees are great too. I did this last time. I keep walking into Clara. There we go. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? I keep calling Andreas Anders. I think that's a Dragon Age knee-jerk thing, but Andreas, did you sleep well? Quite well, actually. Yeah, man, I had some crazy dreams, but I feel rested. So glad to hear it. Up to the Abbey, so I packed you some food, almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey, Otto. Otto! Great hair, Otto. And a ducky. Gotta love illuminated ducks. And some more of the Obsidian staff pets out here on the margin. Ava says, ooh, Otto stopped by, did he? Romance. The animation of the characters is great because they're always in that sort of three-quarter profile style, even when they're turning, but it doesn't feel jarring when they do turn. It's a very sort of fluid motion that doesn't feel like paper cutouts moving around on the screen, which I very much appreciate. I am a polite boy. Mr. Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble. Paid an excellence rent today. And we raised it by 2%. We're behind on our taxes at the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it. That's why he wears this funny little hat. Even more than usual. Of course, it's no problem at all. But sometimes you get this little thought bubble option, so you can consult your inner voices. I'm not sure how to respond to this. Rent wasn't due till the beginning of May. So you have Beatrice, who is sort of kind and understanding. You have Socrates, who is more logical. And you have St. Grovian, who says, man, fuck it. But I'm going to be generous. She might think she can keep asking me for advances on rent. But do you think that she wants to take advantage of you like that? I trust her. But let's ask for some clarification. Were these taxes unexpected? Taxes didn't go up for years, but ever since we've been married, it's just gone up and up. It used to be that if we didn't have the money, we could make payment in kind with some of our crops. Abbott stopped that last year. There was a change in Abbott, which we will learn more about later, and it seems that his policies are not as popular as the former. Now, if we don't get a good price from the miller, it's hard to give the Abbey its share. Oh, Clara. I can find it in my heart. Yes. There's that rubrication again. With St. Luke watch over today. Christian evangelist and patron saint of artists and physicians. And the ducky. Speaking of St. Luke, how's your masterpiece? It's been 2 months. Andreas says they've got me doing menial chores rather than illuminating. Only during the divine office that Friar Ferenc, this guy, allows me to work on my masterpiece. So basically when all the monks are off praying, that's when Andreas gets to work. Reasonable restriction, but he's just doing it as a portfolio piece. I'll go back to Nuremberg, and he'll get married, and open a shop. Nuremberg to the university, and now traveling the world. What a life you have ahead of you. Now we get to start making our Andreas. I don't know. Let's just do some wandering. It's frightening starting all over again. I care about my family, but this is something that I want. Many people get to decide that. Don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. It's getting there. It's not perfect yet. Hard work will get you all the way. That's what my father used to say. I have to get back to my own work. Good day at the Abbey. We'll see you after Vespers. Vespers is one of the many hours of the day in which certain prayers are said. You will see different things happening at different hours of the day, and time passes in these hours also. So Vespers is one of them. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus invited me over for supper. That's that guy. So there's dinner and supper. Dinner, I think, is lunch. Supper is supper, the later evening meal. Okay, let's head out. And now we're outside among all of these pigs and sheep and funny little chickens and ill Peter. Ill Peter has some very exciting things to tell us. He doesn't remember who we are, but yeah, here he is. This weather's been god-awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. I'm going to humor him and ask for elaboration. Different as beer and piss. Damn, ill Peter. Old Abbot didn't bother us as much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Perchta to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool. So she was sort of the former goddess patron of the town, but that is obviously in conflict with the monotheistic Christian faith. Church Benedict. There's your error, and there it is fixed. I thought St. Moritz protested passing. St. Moritz is the patron saint. Legend states that he was the Egyptian-born commander of a Roman legion who converted to Christianity. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic in Kirsau's shrine. You think spirits have been fouling the weather since no one follows the customs anymore? Let's ask for elaboration here. What customs? There's another error. Kind of scare away the witches and keep spirits from calling storm clouds. Saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Granny Kemper knew that. The late husband of Ottilia, who we will meet later. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. What do these traditions entail? Well, when you get up in the night to take a piss, go around the right side of the house and never go back the same way. That is certainly a tradition. That way the witches don't steal your soul. Very important. How interesting. This I Should Go feels very Mass Effect. Ill Peter, living up to his name. Yeah, anyway, bye! God bless you. God bless you too, Ill Pete. Bye, Dot! Like I said, hopefully I will put this up on YouTube if all goes well. Let's give a holler to Peter, Andreas, and digging dirt. Don't bother me. Big Yorg time! Morning, Andreas. I like Big Yorg. He is my favorite character, other than Andreas. I have only played not very much of this game, so there might be better characters, but Big Yorg takes that honor right now. Taking a rest, he hit a big rock, and I had to pull it out. Off to the Abbey. Every day but Sunday, Andreas, don't be a smartass. Thank God for Sundays. Storm's coming. Andreas says, smells like chickens. Where was it you spent your Wanderjahre? This is make more Andreas choices now, and Rocket Cat down here. Good old snail. Wanderjahre are wandering years during which a journeyman artist like our Andreas or craftsmen travel far and wide to improve their skill. So now, where did we spend our Wanderjahre? We have Basel, we have Flanders, we have Italy. As a medieval manuscript person, I'm gonna go with Flanders, because I like the manuscripts that come out of Bruges and Ghent. So, hopefully Andreas will cue me here. Flanders! All the great art cities of Flanders. Where is Flanders? West, down by the sea. Sea air has confused your sense of smell. It smells like fish. How long will it take for my storm senses to awaken? Noticing the lack of Antwerp there. I'm not going to be here that long. What do you spend all that time in Flanders doing, anyway? Other than art. And this is where I get to make a little bit more Andreas choices. You can either be a hedonist and have gone to party school in your education, seeking out pleasure wherever he goes. Very social and experienced. Craftsman, Andreas lives to work. Bookworm, yeah, you get it. Rapscallion, penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. Or businessman, he's a smart businessman. I think I personally would want to pick Bookworm, but it feels a bit too on the nose for me. And I think it is more fun if I play Rapscallion, especially with that little conversation at the beginning of the game that I was flirting with the nuns in the abbey. So let's scallion that rap. Getting into trouble. Got involved in a scheme or two, bit of mischief, some brawls. There's Antwerp, overflowing with riches, rich fools and tradeth. That is, traders from across Christendom and beyond. Always someone to have a bit of fun with, for a bit of a fight. Big York says, that can't be me. Anyway, deuces. Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. Peace. Fight's a good fight, Big York. Meanwhile, I will go into town. Have that page turn again. And just the ironworker here. Look at the smithy. So much smaller than what we used for the abbey. And now we are in a sheep situation. Sheep kerfuffle. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? Martin, who, in my first playthrough, I thought was a child, but I think he is a young man. He's just a sort of unpleasant, stroppy young man. Looks like standing over there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Veronica says, sorry about the sheeps. Is there something I can do to help? Now, I could offer to help, but helping others also helps us. Or I can be mean to Martin. I don't want to be mean to Martin. Then again, I don't know anything about sheep. So I will offer maybe I can... I don't know. Nope. Have you ever handled sheep before? Called on it. Oh, but at least thank you. Christian of you to offer. Something going up at the Steinauer's place. Good for hollering at this sour-faced gentleman. Who's that on the horse? It's Rich. I don't know, Martin. Lucky is giving him an earful. Doesn't seem Lucky that worked up some Peter and Clara's wedding, and Johann pulled his pants down. This is Johann, the pants puller downer, and Clara, who we already met, and this frog who looks like it's Wednesday, my dudes. Chew a man's teeth out. Stonemason banger, do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. Martin, you are fixating. Don't we have a genuine sheep situation on our hands? Anyway, get your ass up the road. Good luck with your sheep. You're on your cousin, alright? Eat shit, Andres. I need to get to the abbey. We have sheep invisible wall, but look at the stuff in the ducklings. I didn't see this the first playthrough. That's sweet. That's back to the farm. This is sheep. This is church. And sheep invisible wall again. Okay, now we are making progress. This is Klaus. Klaus the printer! I love this so much. I think, like, even as a manuscript person, the way that Klaus's text is animated just really is so excellent to me. It's set backwards and upside down as it would be for a printing press, because Klaus is our printer. And then it is slowly inked and then printed, which is just, yes, Abday W, yes, it does scratch a very nice itch. It is just delightful. And then there are these nice ligatures between the letters. A ligature is that little sort of stylistic connecting thingy between the I and the T. So Klaus says, "Morning, Andreas. How's it going?" "Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey, another few hours to work on the masterpiece." So not every time do we get the setting of the type and the printing, but you do get that sort of ka-chunk of the printing press arm actually being pulled and the press actually pressing when we talk to Klaus, which is different when we talk to other people who sort of speak in manuscript. Still coming by for supper? Mary and Bert would love you. Mary, who has fantastic hair, and Bert, who takes after his mother in hair. I wish Dot were still here because our Schoenberg Center radish guy is in this marginal piece. I should take a screenshot of this at some point, but yes, this radish guy is inspired by manuscripts that is held by the Schoenberg Center at UPenn. And I think Leoba.Porter is going to do a video soon, sort of going through that manuscript live and looking at all of the fabulous illuminations. So you can find out more about that on Twitter. But yes, we love our Blue Radish Man. Love to see you. Need to see some of the new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition. Till Eulenspiegel, titular character of a popular 15th century book. It is popular because Till is a prankster continually exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He is also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. So it's a funny poop book, which gets woodcuts and printing because popular people buy it. Didn't realize that Father Thomas let you print books in Italian, and that's what Andreas is. Never mind that guy is tricking people into eating poop, but it's printing books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. To protect people from adventure stories of questionable moral repute. Yeah, he doesn't mind those so much, actually. Yeah, again, no problem with the poop, but the Italian? As long as they don't get too carnal. Ooh! Andreas' little shocked face. That's so cute. So, supper tonight? I will be there. I wouldn't miss your printing press for the world. See you later. To the church. Here is Mr. Don't print books in Italian, but print all the poop books you want. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just my way to get to work. I am running late, but I'm not going to be a jerk to this man. Andreas, I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation. Yeah, should I be honest? I did stay up too late on Saturday. Don't want to get into an argument. Would going to church on Sunday be such a burden? Asks Beatrice. If not for his sake, consider it for your own. Man has many duties. Father Thomas would appreciate how hard you work to help the Abbey. And Grobian says, fuck this guy. He should appreciate my many duties. Most everyone in town works hard, though. Yeah. What about your success in this life? Oh, it's this smug-looking asshole. What a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Feel Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel, lord of the countryside near Worms, prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire, located on the Rhone. Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. Worms in the West. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It's nice to be remembered fondly. I look like a shit-eating man with this grin. This was the guy who Lucky was yelling at during the sheep-splosion. My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. So we have Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian country of Tyrol, county of Tyrol, major stop on the Imperial Road. Also the site of the witch trials in 1485, and then Venice, one of the most powerful republics on the Italian peninsula. Sitting on the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea, Venice is a major center for commerce and art in southern Europe. It has certain charm common to the Alpine cities. Diet. Imperial Diet is an assembly of the 3 colleges of the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire, the prince-electors, the princes and dukes, and the representatives of the imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the empire. So he's kind of throwing around that he was there with all these nobles for this diet. Is he there? Did you see the emperor? Oh, yes, briefly, when he was sitting for a portrait. I can ask artistic questions or politics questions, and if you know me, I'm going to be asking artistic questions. I'm sure you know him, an older man from Nuremberg with enough of a reputation to paint the emperor. You're from Nuremberg, you must know he's also Nurembergian. Man, I don't know who you're talking about. Have you not heard of Albrecht Dürer? I wish that they had included a portrait of Albrecht Dürer in the game, because, like, he was noted for his portraits, especially his self-portraits. He's a very attractive man. Andreas is kind of based on him. He has the same sort of fabulous hair. But if you Google, like, Albrecht Dürer self-portrait, just prepare yourself. It's an experience. And he did a lot of work for this particular Holy Roman Emperor. A lot of interesting woodcuts and commissions. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to Hirsau. Her father Matthias died. The old abbot, who our landlords were saying accepted payment in the form of goods rather than money, and the new abbot does not. Known for his kindness and love of us. Great loss for the abbey and us. I recently came across the Historia Tassii he was reading during my last visit. The history of Tassi, Hirsau's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy, and Baron Rothvogel brought another. Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. In the manuscript period, obviously not every book was the same. You didn't print these books in a large number. Everybody was copying from exemplars. And sometimes you didn't have the whole exemplar to copy from. So pieces would get left out. Things might be embellished for effect. So he wanted the second copy to sort of compare and contrast and make sure nothing was missing or odd. Contains some fascinating details of the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Anyway, gotta be off. Commissioned a manuscript from the abbey through Father Guerneau. This is the new abbot who is unpopular. I've come to check on its progress. Oh, if you come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mailer. Thomas, you are throwing me under the bus. I am not a master yet. I still gotta get married. Or claim false. I'm not really a true master yet. I'm a journeyman artist from Nuremberg, just like Albert Dürer. and I will be helping in the scriptorium. In this period, the illumination of manuscripts was really in a transitory period, just like so much of culture and art is happening in this game. Especially in this late period, manuscripts were made by craftsmen. They weren't really made by monks hunched over a desk in an abbey, each monk creating his singular book that he's worked on for 15 years. But the game designers, and especially Josh Sawyer, has said about this town being sort of a city out of time, which absolves it from that issue of historical accuracy and allows this sort of transition to be happening at the same time as monks copying in abbeys, because it is a more flavorful sort of experience for this game. But I really appreciate that the game designers and narrative designers actually considered this issue. They didn't just say like, "Well, it's fiction, and that's how it is in fiction." Like, there's a functional reason why this game depicts monks in an abbey copying manuscripts when, in real 1518, that was not the way things were. So yes, scriptorium room for writing, illustrating, and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they've all but disappeared from all abbeys by the 16th century. I remember artists working in an abbey scriptorium in 1518. We should talk. Well, I am late and everyone keeps talking to me, but I don't want to be a bootlicker. I'm going to be a little bit honest. Of course it is. I'll have a word with the abbot if he makes a fuss. Ugh. And if he makes a fuss, I'll go over his head like a jerk. Prince Bishop of Freising. Freising? Freising. Second I is what picks up the pronunciation. Thank you for the introduction. Come to supper at the abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the abbot's table. Oh, Thomas? Did the abbot invite me? Well, no, but I am, because I'm a jerk. Shut up, just be there. Klaus, I am dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the abbey's guest house. I don't know why he has this accent all of a sudden. To take my time talking with Master Mailer. Now we have to put up with this guy on our way to the abbey. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. You seem a little old to not yet be a master. Are you unmarried? Are you hitting on me? No, I'm not married. I came to my vocation later. University for a number of years at Erfurt, which is one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near to its heart. Home to a respected university since 1379. Erfurt, wonderful, the same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Mr. 95 Theses himself. So we have the Erfurt gloss again, and then we have Martin Luther, who we all know now is a very contentious figure at the time. And again, more game staff animals out here, the cat and dog. And then the cat licking its butt is actually from a medieval manuscript. There were lots of butt-licking cats in the Middle Ages, as there are today. Anyway, have you read Martin Luther's works? Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Martin Luther? Says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Did you meet him? Oh, you went to the same university. Oh, he was a few years ahead of me. I don't care about it, but does Andreas? Yeah, let's just continue this conversation with Lorenz. I simply must meet him. Get his autograph. I wonder if the brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. I don't think they would think highly of him if they have, as frickin' monks. 95 Theses. List of propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences, written in 1517, so like last year in game time. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. But Father Guinot does not disappoint in that regard. There are all these little like ruins and things around when you're walking around that are meant to be Roman ruins to sort of give a better sense of the depth of history that's going on in this area, which I think is great scene setting. But enough about Luther. Tell me about your you. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Or are you hitting on me? Yeah, let's be polite at least. No, my family is merely freaking richer than we need to be. Oh no, from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus. And everybody else, I just love to name drop. And this funny little guy is, I believe, an oyster? Yes, an oyster. I can't remember what bestiary he is from. I don't think it's the Aberdeen bestiary, but if you Google like medieval oyster, he will come up. Believe it or not. Yeah. You may have misjudged this guy. It seems he's as well read as any university student. So this will be an interesting demonstration of how Andreas's concept of people affects sort of how he is hearing them speak in their speech bubbles. So at first Lorenz is writing in this style, which is a more sort of casual style, and now he is writing in this more humanistic style. So from now on, Andreas will sort of hear him in this style. Happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now, where did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. Just a master's. Same, Andreas. I started working towards a doctorate, but didn't finish. Same, Andreas. Oh, that's a shame. Fuck you, Lorenz. What was my area of study? I am going to go with medicine because I am conceptualizing Andreas as sort of like a natural historian kind of guy. So he's familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness, I think. Definitely not law, but I don't care for theology, so medicine it is. I don't know if you heard the sort of burbling of a potion or something when I selected medicine. But all things medical, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. Yes, everybody loves those crazy Italians. Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn about the human body? Uh-oh. It's Ottilia! You! If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. That is so. Andreas is shocked. Curse you, Lorenz Vogel. Perchta's dogs, and remember, Perchta was the sort of patron goddess of the town. Tearing you to pieces would be too kind of fate. Andreas's shocked face is my favorite thing about this game, I think. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? Yeah, what was that about, my man? Who knows? I'm a jerk, and I have been mean to so many people, I just don't remember. Anyway. Man, you are following me. Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? Represent the lower and upper divisions of the classic liberal arts education. Latin grammar, logic, and rhetoric form the trivium. Arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy form the quadrivium. Do you have a favorite subject? Again, we're going for sort of natural historian Andreas. So, heavens and earth. He knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. He likes to hang out with the forest, with the bees and the rainbows. Studying the natural world. Studied as much astronomy as I could. Incredible how much we've learned. Continue to discover more. Began as pagan myths to explain our place in the world, may help us understand our place in heaven. Spent a lot of time in the woods learning about plants and animals. Herbals are wonderful books that are full of woodcuts of plants. But as Andreas mentions, a lot of natural history works and works about plants in the natural world were written very, very, very long time ago. And it was around this time that direct observation of nature and your surroundings became the governing principle of scientific writing, which was all done in Latin at the time. Some herbals do appear in sort of vernacular languages, but that really speaks to how they were used in that period as well. They weren't just scientific texts, but sort of your home remedy kit. Um, but as Andreas notes, you can learn a lot more by actually going out and looking at stuff. And anyway, I just like to be in the forest. Lorenz says, can't be me. Anything else? I'm very torn here between Latinist and occultist. Soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology. But I like Latinist because I feel like that gives you a good speech stat. As someone who hasn't played many video games and who has watched a few people play video games, I think having a good speech stat is good. I think Orator actually fulfills that more, but I like the flavor of Latinist. But Occultist seems so fun. Let's do Latinist. I wish I knew more Latin so I could read more books in Latin. I know enough Latin to get myself into trouble, but I can't just sort of translate things off the cuff. A beautiful language used in the greatest empire of the ancient world. What is my favorite sententia? A sententiae, well, sententiae, plural, commonly understood moral maxims, typically originating from ancient Rome or Greece. Quasi-logical rhetorical shorthand among educated audiences. Everyone enjoys the smell of their own parts. Andreas Criminy. Remember to tell the tale of another's kindness many times, but whatever kind deed you do for others, keep quiet. Cato the Younger, unflinching defender of the Roman Republic. Oh, but Lorenz doesn't care. Andreas says, fuck you, you're wrong. When Caesar learned of it, he said, Cato, I resent you for your death, for you denied me the chance to spare you. Not without measure. Can I go to work, please? Yes, there is the Abbey. Let me go to it. Sad to hear of his passing. How did you know him, you stinky, sour-faced man? My family have been patrons for Kierso for, I don't know how many generations. I'm so rich. Some years ago, I heard about Kierso. Still had a wonderful library and the artisans. Professional artists, as I was saying earlier, professional artisans have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Not much of it left these days. As good a place as any to create art. Artists that remain here are quite talented and a bit old-fashioned. Kierso was more than a bit old-fashioned. Commissioning a manuscript from an abbey in this day and age, but, you know, patrons for a minute. Commissioned a manuscript through Father Guernel a year ago, and I want to see what is going on. Are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. You know the work. And it's our dear brother Piero. How venerable, Mr. Sour-Faced Jerkwad. He still has his wits and skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero makes good color, and I look forward to seeing it. I'm a jerk. There's his unhappy footman. Niklaus, tend to the horses and the baggages. Baggages? The baggage. Yeah. Niklaus is from the Bronx now. I've decided this. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Can I please go to work? Oh, nuns look on distastefully. Lorenz, good God, you have the stinkiest face. Quite unusual for Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are devoted. Benedictine is an order founded in the 6th century, a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. The Benedictines also have a big focus on education and reading as part of devotion, so Benedictine libraries had many books in them. Church closed most of them centuries ago, but then again, Kierso is a place out of time and ways. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She looked at you like you smelled like dog poop. We are acquainted, yes. I am a sour man. Oh, look. It's the abbot. I think you know. I'm Lorenz Baronet. Yeah, I know who you are, you jerk. I love Guerneau's text. It's so overwrought and just snooty feeling. Baron of Rothvogel, so wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet, but you don't remember me because you're a jerk. I'm not good at remembering faces. Yeah, what are you doing here? I rode ahead. I just couldn't wait. I'm sure it's no trouble. Yeah, you have money, so of course it's no trouble. I grab something from the kitchen. Can you just grab things from the kitchen in a monastery? My man, I think that is quite an imposition. Yeah, I'll see you there, I guess. Get out of here, stink face. What's up, Abbott? Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in this. I have been trying to get there all morning. I am eager to get to work. Is this a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for my Book of Hours? Books of Hours are sort of known as the bestseller of the Middle Ages. If a house had one book in it, it would be a Book of Hours. And Books of Hours were produced at sort of different levels. So you could have a very, very expensive, elaborate Book of Hours that you paid lots and lots of money for. Or you could have a sort of bog standard Book of Hours with not a lot of illustrations, and just really focused on the text and maybe had a bit of rubrication and not very much decoration. But Books of Hours contained prayers to be said at different hours of the day, hence the name. And that is where we get your Vespers, your Matin, your different hours, which will come up sort of naturally through the rest of the game. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Yeah, I do think this is a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment. Yeah, just please let me get to work. Guerneau, you are unpleasant. I know I should have asked, but he seemed very grumpy. I will try to convince Brother Matthew, Mr. Four Eyes. I love this stork with the little shiny thing in its mouth. Those feels I could liberate some money from the scarcity. Sacristy. I don't want to be a thief, even though I am a rapscallion. Okay. How do I get to where I am going? I need to go through the church to the scriptorium, which is the star. Okay. We've met some new people. We have Brother Matthew, we have Sister Matilda, who we saw glaring at Lorenz, we have Ottilia, the widow. Look at all these folks. The page turning animation is very tasty. I wish it was a little slower, but that's just so I could watch it more. It's very selfish. Anyway, let's try and figure out how to get to where we are going. Go in the front door. Head through the cloister, dormitory, Bailey. Front door it is. Okay. I love these little illuminated, or not illuminated, but stained glass windows. Oh, sing song. Oh, I love the animation on his little face. That's very cute. Rudiger. He is singing at me. He says, welcome. I am sing-songman. It sounds like it has. That was quite lovely, Rudiger. Bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. I love that little exchange. It's very sweet. Where are we? Cloister, crypt, tower, another nice stained glass window, sort of rose window here. Hey, it's Matthew. Matthew, my man. Can we talk money? How is the sacristy today, Matthew? The same as yesterday, which is probably good. This vocation seems silly to you. Why would it? You're just guarding stuff. Man, you're snappy. No, I'm being friendly. Not one more thing. Now it's time to ask about the taxes. You could give me my paper-related manuscript early. Like to collect my wages or be a jerk. I'm not going to be a jerk. I feel like I should give him more context rather than just saying, I'd like to collect my wages. Yeah. This is part of the agreement. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you eliminate, not before. Leave a few pages left! You make an exception this once. I do only have a few pages left. It seems kind of... I only have a few pages left. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your... Matthew, good God. Please. Undue trouble not only for Kearsarge, but for Tassig. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the gardeners? It's time to be a smartass now that you are not giving me what I want. What is this about? The gardeners have asked me for their rent early so they can pay their taxes to the Abbey. I would like to help the gardeners pay their taxes to the Abbey. That feels a bit more kind-hearted than they're imposing upon me, so I must impose upon you. Need the money, brother. I've made a grave error and I'm in debt. No, why would I lie about that? The gardeners' failure to pay their taxes has reached even you, I see. I live with them! Do not ask this. Yay, I get paid! Here you are. I shall note this with Father Gernot and Friar Ferenki will tell on me. Man, just let me illuminate this manuscript and get out of here. Yeah, God bless you too. Alright, now I've got my payment. I can give Clara the rent early. Hooray! I'll give it to her directly or I'll put it on the table. No, I want to make sure that gets to them directly. What if someone takes it off the table? What if Ursula thinks it's a toy? Where are we going? Through the dormitory, right? Yes. Dormitory. Yep, that's a dormitory. What's over here? Cloister. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. When you make him change directions abruptly, his hair goes whoosh. It's very fabulous. Don't run around too much. I don't think you've had breakfast. This isn't the cloister? Scriptorium. Okay. So we have Scriptorium, big door, Scriptorium, little door. I'll go into staff entrance. Here we go. Yay, Scriptorium. Here I am in the Scriptorium. So you can see all of these folks sort of working on their little project. You have these two scribes, and then Brother Piero over here illuminating. They are all working on parchment that's sort of pinned to their desks. And you can see a piece of parchment here that is not finished being prepared yet. It is still in the shape of an animal. The little stumps are what used to be the legs. So this was probably a sheep skin or a calf skin or something. Eventually this will be cut into a rectangle and will be made into a bifolium or a single leaf or something like that. But I do like that little touch that that unprepared parchment is just sort of chilling over here. So who should I talk to? Adoc. Let's talk to Guy. I can't. There we go. Good day, Andreas. How is your morning going, Brother Guy? Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, you can tell the difference in style in what Brother Adoc down here and Brother Guy are working on. The layouts of the pages are very different. Brother Guy's page is in one column. Brother Adok's is in multiple columns. Contracts generally were in a single column, while more formal texts were in two columns. So again, just really great attention to detail. Which would you rather be making, contracts or manuscripts? I honestly don't care. I am Stinkman. As long as the abbot is impressed, have me write the first chapter of Genesis until Judgment Day. Are you really that much of a bootlicker? Abbots and the friars both. Okay. When you're done with this, you're going home. I'm never going to see Burgundy again. Oh. Poor Guy. You can make the best of the next 40 years? Damn, my man. Powerful former duchy of Eastern France. Hiya! Hello, Alef. Powerful former duchy, East France. Became a province in 1477, known for its wine, art, monasteries, and courtly fashion. I could see Guy in courtly fashion. He strikes me as a fashionable, courtly man. Anyway, I'll let you keep doing your thing. Adok, illuminating some sort of book page. How are you feeling today? Your habit is dirty. All mill. Harder one later. Is it a puzzle? Anagrams! Oh, that's cute. Ah, yes, until then. Okay, now let's talk to Piero, who will move our plot forward, and who is our fellow artist. And also in a dirty habit. Dirtier than Adok, even. Andrea, so good to see you. Good morning, good to see you as well. Adok! Grumpy. Everybody says a storm is coming. Big Jorg, who is our favorite character. There he is. Mr. Jorg. Big to his friends. Guy, you and Lorenz would get along famously. Aleph, I played about an hour into it or so. I didn't get to, like, the main plot event. So I'm moving a bit more efficiently this time, which is great because you get to see more of the game. This is my first time in the scriptorium this playthrough, so yeah, we're just getting into the meat. I met a jerky noble called Lorenz, who is here to check on a manuscript that he commissioned, supposedly. But people were not expecting him, and his arrival has not really been welcomed. But now I am finally trying to get to work after all morning. There was a sheep problem, and yeah, but do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the ancient prophet Elijah outside of Bethel. Arguing scribes. Brother Guy, please show more respect to Brother Adok. You are being mean-spirited. Calm yourself, Brother Adok. You're too sensitive to Guy's jokes. They're both being poopy butts. I will just say nothing. Yeah, everyone does seem lively. I'm glad they're having an animated discussion. Yeah, I guess Prior Ferenc isn't in here. Yeah, he was here, but then he heard that this sour-faced jerk man showed up, and hurried over. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and Neville's like Rothvogel is pathetic. Guy, weren't you just talking about how much you wanted to impress these guys? It is shameful. Adok. Oh no, Baron Rothvogel, his manuscript! Oh, he will want to see it. How silly of me. I am the one illuminating it. Yee! Holy crap! Watch your mouth or I'll pop you one. Andreas, don't threaten the monks. Yeah, Guy. Memento Mori. Or Zetiam Daphnidi Siculo. Yeah, exactly. Guy. Anyway, yeah, he does have to wait like anybody else. Can pay a man a lot of money, but he can't illuminate any faster. He has powerful friends, including this guy, Prince Bishop of Freising. yourselves already out of favor. You've already pissed off higher-ups. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to get some actual work done. Oh, certain workplaces have management styles where you can't actually work when the manager is around. I think Twitter is going through that right now. Anyway, oh, that's right. I need to reference the Ingemauer manuscript. Prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy and Austria. What do you want after this? A book. The Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. We have established that Andreas sleeps in a hat, so I am not sure why she is criticizing his luscious locks. Did you get enough sleep? Just get the book. What do you mean? Ooh, Zdena. Why do you want to know? You're a nun. Oh, it would be nice to have something to think about during divine reading, eh? Lectio Divinia. Thoughtful reading and meditation on scripture, not on what Andreas is doing in his bed. Have you considered the Lord? Oh, Zdena. Can't I just get the book? All the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? You're the librarian. This is your job. I'm sorry. Please. Please, book. Maybe turn the stairs are so steep. Get Illuminata, who has a very withering look, to fetch it. Andreas needs a book, and he's being inappropriate with me. Oh my gosh. Andreas. Oh gosh. I wasn't being inappropriate with her. Should I address this or just gloss over it? Yeah, let's just go for the book. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Look through the book sheet. There we go. Piero, what do you think? See how your masterpiece is coming? Yeah, check it out. I adore this. If you are not familiar with this sort of style of illumination, it very much evokes the page design of the manuscripts by the Limbourg brothers. They did the Très Richeur de Duc de Berry, which you often see on like calendars and in books and stuff. I'm not sure if I have... Well, I have a book with it on the cover, but it's high up and I can't reach it. But this composition and this style is based on the Très Richeur de Duc de Berry, which was a manuscript executed in the early 1400s and is widely seen as like the pinnacle of manuscript illumination. So if you search the Limbourg brothers, Limbourg, you will find many more images of this sort of thing. They really are fantastic. So that is sort of the style that Andreas is illuminating. Piero says the composition is lovely. There's a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. Contrast of colors is also quite nice. Even though he sort of only filled in this flower here, but the contrast of the blue and the gold is very lovely. Not overpowering. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. Needs more red. Excellent interpretation of someone else's work. It is what clients want. I love shocked Andreas' face. Can I ask again for the artist you mentioned? Let me put it in the chat. Limbourg. Yep. There we go. Okay. Andreas's little shocked face is one of my favorite things in the world. In this period, there was a lot of artistic emphasis on on copying rather than innovation. So it's interesting that Piero and Andreas are having this conversation. Piero says, "Where are you in this work?" When Piero is sort of the guy who is known for being sort of old school, because just like manuscripts in their text, a lot of miniatures would be copied off of exemplars of other miniatures. The compositions would be extremely similar. And something that the Limborg brothers did actually is they really innovated with their compositions. So it's interesting to sort of see that translated into this game. Um, yeah, I didn't know there was room for me in here. I'm just doing what people want me to do. It's inescapable. We all put ourselves into our work, whether we realize it or not. What does this painting represent? It's November. So, in particularly lavish books of hours open with a calendar, no matter sort of what level they are, to tell you the different feast days, the different saints' days, what you're supposed to be celebrating throughout the year, and each calendar page would represent a different month. And in this case, this is the illumination for November, which depicts people leading their hogs into the forest to forage on acorns. This is called the labor of the month. And every month had its own labor. For example, October was the month that you would crush your grapes to make wine. And I believe in this Limborg Brothers manuscript, I can't remember if it's January or December, where it's people in their hut sort of warming their feet by the fire, because it's really all you can do in the dead of winter. But yeah, every month had its own labor. In books of hours, there would also be representations of the zodiac often. So we have Scorpio and Sagittarius here. And then these lovely borders. So Andreas, when he says it's November, like obviously it's November. This is the time when people lead their hogs into the forest. Like what else would it be? Yeah, in November we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. So have them eat tasty acorns and get big and fat, and then you can eat them. But Piero says the peasants here are no longer allowed to forest acorns in the forest. So this is sort of an old representation of the concept of November, something that doesn't really ring true in this community anymore. So Andreas is really executing this for a time that has passed. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gernot. Grumpy Andreas. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it's not the way November is. Art is illusion storytelling, but in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. God's grace, this book of hours will outlive us all. And it did. Books of hours are very well represented in special collections and libraries all over the world, and they are fantastic. Aleph says, while the style is a lot like the Limborg brothers, it seems from a cursory glance that the Limborg brothers still work from that perspective, whereas Andreas is working with single point perspective, which makes sense considering the 100-year time difference. And yes, basically that. And again, it's this blending of different times and styles that the game designers decided to go with. I think it makes for a really interesting aesthetic experience. For experts, obviously, it can be like a little jarring, like, well, it's 1518, they wouldn't be doing it like that. But this is fiction, and it is a fictional town, and I think that this very thoughtful setting gives the designers and artists sort of the liberty to go crazy with fun aesthetics that blend together interestingly. I know the reason I first started talking to the game designers for Pentiment was months ago. Someone tagged me into a thread on Twitter about, like, why are they using these different scribal hands at the same time? Clearly this one is much earlier than this one, and they're using it in this game. Like, why? And Josh Sawyer hopped into the thread and was like, well, here's why. We've actually thought this through and done a lot of research on it. So, like, while I am saying, like, this is fiction and they can do whatever they want, like, this is fiction, but it is a very well-crafted fiction with an excellent historical framework to back it up. I know Josh has also said things about, he was watching people do streams of Pentiment on the first day it came out, And he mentioned people like pulling up JSTOR articles to check citations and details of what is included in this game. And this is the kind of game that cites JSTOR articles and things like Christopher DeHamel, who is like the god of manuscript studies. He was consulted on this game, which absolutely blows my mind. Like he's everyone's idol in codicology. And it's just so wild that Obsidian and the designers were able to go up to him and say, like, can you advise us on this video game? Like, it's that kind of care that went into this game that just it makes me very, very happy. Aside from the fact that it's just a really fun game to play. It's fun to look at and fun to do, and I'm saying that like as someone who doesn't play many video games. I play Animal Crossing Pocket Camp on my phone, and that's like the hardest core gamer I am. Katamari Damacy is my jam. So, like, yeah, this sort of plot-heavy stuff is not really always my bag. But Pentiment has really hooked me, and I'm really looking forward to playing more of it. I'm glad that this stream is working so much better, so maybe I can stream again next week. Hello, Sherthol. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing people's usernames. When searching for the game on Twitter, I found your tweet about the stream, and I thought I'd hop in. Great to hear your insights. I also love Andreas' surprised face. I know, the details are so fun. Like, despite the simplified art style of the figures, which are really very heavily based on woodcuts, like, it's streamlined, but not to a point that you lose expression. Like, all these 4 people in this room have such different expressions, and they're executed with so few lines. And it's really fascinating, and you can tell the skill and style of the artists who worked on this game. You can also see the 2 older fellows down here, Brother Adok and Brother Piero, have a bit of a different style to them. When I was watching Josh Sawyer and Hannah Kennedy, who was the art lead on this game, they did a charity stream of Pentiment for Obsidian charity thing last week. And they mentioned that the older figures are actually stylistically more in line with illuminated manuscript figures rather than woodcuts, who the younger figures are more styled after. And it's just like, that's something that you wouldn't necessarily notice or be able to articulate unless you were like a book historian or a codicologist or a medievalist who has an eye for that sort of thing. But it's those little touches that, nevertheless, it is noticeable, but not necessarily articulatable by sort of the average person. And I just really appreciate that. Yeah, it kind of represents more the culture they're coming from or the way they perceive the world. I have not met Brother Sabbath yet. Like I said, this is still... I finally made it to the frickin' scriptorium after Lorenz was talking my ear off. So Brother Piero says, what will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension, which is really cool. Like, maybe someone will get a tattoo of it. Someone will gaze deep into your lines and paint to secret deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. Oh, Brother Piero, you are so sweet. I love you. Again, like, it's a bit hard to see in this wide image. Oh, poor little worried Andreas. But Brother Piero's composition is a bit different. Andreas has that Limborg Brothers look, and Brother Piero has a sort of older style of spiky ivy leaf around the central illumination. So there's another sort of contrast. There's no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? It makes me sad. Yeah, why is that? Why is Kier so? Some people, some places have a difficult time letting go of the past. I am not among them. Creation of books of art is no longer the province of monasteries, so be it. That's why Andreas is here. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing be brought to truth. Nope. Hero, your speech bubble got stuck. You think there's danger? I think there will always be a place for artists. Guy says, me. And Brother Guy, we will always need somebody to write out contracts. It's a long life, and I'm happy to have served the union. He calls for me, I am ready. Please don't go anywhere, Piero. I know what happens to Piero in this game, and it makes me sad. I love you, Piero. Here we have the hours. So we were in pre-May. Sext is coming up. Pre-May is the morning time. Sext is the sort of afternoony time. No, Sext is like 9 a.m., right? Yeah. Oh, it's already terse. Too much talk. Rule of Saint Benedict. Book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot, written in the 6th century. Rule provides the principles for living a monastic life. Now, Brother Piero has not been living the monastic life. Peace, Andreas. Andreas says, hooray, I actually get to work. Whoop. Oh, no. Oh. What are you up to? Sketchy looking around. Oh. Is that a map? Yeah, that wasn't suspicious. Whoop. Hey. Yeah, that's a good question, Illuminata. One thing another streamer noticed, apparently the text above the game's illustration in that menu is literally describing the scene you're playing in Latin. Huh. That's cool. I knew that some of the Latin text was the name of the rose translated into Latin. I know at least that first opening page. But my Latin is not good enough to really read for comprehension in these. Brother Ferret came in and was really sus. As if that were really the manuscript you're reading while playing the game. Yeah, like the big manuscript is actually the story of what's going on here. What was he slamming books shut for? Friar Ferret says, yeah. Illuminata says some of these are quite delicate. He seemed to be in a great hurry. He's on edge since that asshole arrived early. Books should not be taken out of the library unless it's necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Andreas, are you still mad at me, or was it for flirting with the other sister? Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082, written by Irish monk Marianus Scottus. Oh, don't provoke Illuminata. There are a few books I would like to read. You want more books? Rothvogel has a wind bag. Does she want me to say, I just get those books? People just give me books. Yeah, I know he would not show up, or shut up, Lorenz. Like, I was trying to go to work. At least he gave me an opportunity to pick my major. Mechanically useful, personally annoying. Oh, Ferenc wants me to be interested in the occult, but I'm a natural history boy. Just say I don't know what to know. I don't want to lie to Illuminata. She does know Ferenc is the one requesting the books, and Mr. Goblin Mode says, yeah, no. Yeah, yeah. She wouldn't hold me accountable for something that's not my fault. Yeah, that's... Who's Mother Sister? Oh, she looks sweet. I hope she's actually sweet. Yeah, let's be honest. Concern is only for the books, and I can't give them out to just anyone. Oh, I don't want to be a jerk to Illuminata, but... I'm not just anyone. I have a reader card. Oh, yikes. You're not a member of this community. Others have their vows and vocation to guide their conscience. You could just wander off with half the library. Oh my... Illuminata! offense to that. I would not run off with them, but I don't want... This is like, huh, I'm dumb. Don't piss off Illuminata. Now Felix sees me. There is all this fuss about Lorenz. Why is prior parents on purpose? Yeah, I didn't know you're familiar. Yeah, well, he talked my ear off all the way here, so I get to call him by his first name. He's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. He's paid enough to help keep the Abbey when we needed it. Like, what? Stuff. How about this? If you help me, I'll help you. Yes. It is for the good of the end. Where should I? Not there, where you and your cohort have been messy boys. Tell you what books I'm looking for. Find them and return them to me. First 2 volumes of the poetic epic telling the legend of Aeneas, who eventually had the children who founded Rome. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches? Andreas, don't be a smartass. The Illuminata, I'm doing my best. Here are the books. And here is the ending. A fair amount of wear on these. I mean, they're probably old, so it's probably not just Pierrot's fault. Yeah, they're old even when Pierrot started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. Pierrot, you need to prioritize, my man. I understand why it appeals to Pierrot. I know, I love how the between the art style and the characters sort of inserting them in themselves in the scenes, it's very charming. I can use my Italian skill here. I did not take you for a scholar of Roman poetry. You didn't take me for a book lover either, Illuminata. I'm sensing a lot of unresolved stress here. Ah, Illuminata, come on, give me some credit. All have our vocation. Pierrot takes his more seriously than most of the others in the Abbey. Oh, poor Illuminata. I always like to click on the thought bubbles, even though, like, I know, I think, what I would respond here. But, Jesus Christ, Goblin mode. Beatrice. She does know her life better than me. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and choices truly are. She crosses into the other miniature. St. Grobian is such a troublemaker. I would love to do a straight Grobian playthrough. I feel like that would be very chaotic. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, fool seducers of men, or wizened thrones. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. No woman is exempt from that, from the empress to a nun. On to the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. Now, books. Yes, ma'am. Speedrun getting burnt at the stake. Thank you. Oh no, I clicked out of it too fast. Do not have the size of the legend. Hopefully the descriptions. Brother Adok was reading it. Thank God for quest markers. Here it is. Can I have it? Oh no, that was my little... There we go. And now we have woodcuts because this is a printed book. Ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It's not our book. This is fascinating. It's an illumination of a printed book within an illuminated manuscript, which is just a delight. I feel like something could be written about this single screen. But yes, quite valuable. It was 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. Not appropriate reading from the monks. Baby sold to pirates, raised a servant, lives a life of adventure. In the end, Garen learns he is royal blood. He's the son of a duke. He reigns as king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. Embrace your knaveness. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation leads to the dark side. To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why can't a peasant dream of being a king? Maybe we're in Christ, but we're not equal in this world. It isn't this world you should be concerned with. Would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter? Just don't mention it, Andreas. If they ask for it, you say, I haven't seen it. Yeah, Aleph. I think that is something that shines through in the narrative design of this, that is, again, very meta and very thoughtful of the setting, that it's not just a game for a game's sake. Like, there are so many sort of frameworks that it plays with, that not only it plays with, but it's aware of, to the extent that it can be played with. It's a very, again, it shows how well researched the game is. Now, there's only 1 book left, and I can get back to doing my work. Dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. What is it? Well, I'll find it. Quest marker, quest marker. Lovely French manuscript. Oh, Guy was hiding it. He looks much less sour in his little marginal portrait. Give me it. What is it? Oh, it's in French. I can speak that because of my background. Soul that God touched, empty of sin in the first state of grace. What is this? And then you have this fantastic illumination of, like, the ascent into heaven and God. Some illuminations, and you kind of see that discussed in this interaction here. Illuminata is saying, just give me the freaking book. Why don't you like this book? Just give me it. It's a dangerous book. One that the previous abbot tolerated in spite of a papal order to destroy it. There's a French Biblia Historiale in the collection of the University of Edinburgh, where it aesthetically resembles this fairly strongly. And all of the illuminations, which initially depicted God as a man, with features and stuff, they have been sort of painted over with gold, because the sort of attitude towards the depictions of God changed over the course of the centuries. So when they were executed in, like, I think it was the 13th or 14th century, this one that I'm thinking of, it was acceptable to show God as a man. Later, it was not acceptable to show the face of God at all, so it was sort of revised. Illuminata here is talking about the same sort of thing, that 3 French bishops condemned this. All copies were to be burnt. The authors shared the same fate. And Illuminata doesn't know about the details, but that is just how it is. I haven't read it, but it contains very dangerous things. Illuminata hovering up to heaven. I like Andreas's hair physics. I'm obsessed with Andreas's fabulous hair. Why is it still here? Father Matthias loved books. All books. And he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their contents isn't questioned. Or I can sympathize. You can either be explicitly sympathetic or sort of implicitly sympathetic. Yeah. Sorry, Illuminata. I'll fume silently. Oh no. Father Juno would want it to be destroyed. It doesn't have to be. Nobody even knows it's here. Illuminata accused me of being a book thief at the opening of this, and now here I am thieving a book. Kind of. Keep it safe. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. Oh, shoot. No! Well, it doesn't sound like she has any sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. Chose a compromise and take it away. You can say I stole it. You can accuse me of being a book thief to other people too. Don't like this. Take it far away. It's been out of here for years, and besides, how could you have stopped me? I will persuade. Don't make me regret this. Yay, my book. I can add it to my pile of books in my room, which is messy. Now then, Baron Rothvogel. So, she may only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. So that he buys books from the Abbey? I don't know if that's a particularly important question. How long has he been visiting? He seemed unusually friendly with me. Yeah, I don't understand either. He mentioned finding a copy of Historia Tassii. He said it had some scandalous details in it. Know anything about that book? But I've never read it, and I know little about its contents. Subject is broad. Deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. Yeah. What about it could have been so upsetting? Virtuous and charitable, and sometimes to a fault. Oh, let's not dig too deep on that. That seems like a sensitive subject. Did something in the book have led Father Matthias to Christ and virtue? Virtue's only found in crisis. Much to consider. Anyway, off to Mass. The Abbey has many doors, Andreas boy. More hours. Sitting down for dinner soon. We'll find Otto with his good hair. Okay, let's go find women out to church. Going to a church. I should just go back the way I came. Oh, is this a shortcut? Am I just stupid? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'm just dumb. Aquarium, Upper Abbey. No, I just want to go outside. No, oyster. No. Let's check the map. Here's my mead. Okay, so I am going the right way. Yay, I did it. Okay. I think Otto is down here. Stinky horses and Stinky boy. Look who it is. It's Stinky boy. You can see I'm busy doing thieving things. You can pilfer from the Baron. I recommend smaller valuables. Yeah, sure. Small items are easier to trade or sell. Martin, gotcha. Yeah, whatever. Wank. Go away, Andreas. Hey. I don't want to be a jerk. Yeah, I don't need you. Who's Niklaus, though? Oh, the Baron's footman. Yeah, steal all you want from this guy. I don't want his jerk money. Guest house. Guest house? Maybe I can steal things from him. No, I cannot steal things from him. Hey, Niklaus! I can see meeting you here. No, not a chatty man. Okay. Don't tell on me. Here's Andrus and Otto with the good hair. Good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. It's having dreams of fools. Yeah, let's eat. Lads. Oh, my almonds and cheese and rye. I've only played so far as a rapscallion, so I don't know if there are other things, if people like you more, if you're a theologian. Amen. Amen. Yeah, let's be positive, boy. I'll eat these nuts first. Oh no. Nuts. Well-meaning party boy. Yeah, this is cute that he's using gall as an expression, and then gall is a glossed word out here. Talking about oak gall for ink. And then you have mischievous fox down here impersonating someone who is trustworthy, and goose and chickens who are saying, like, oh yes, this is clearly someone who's trustworthy. Galls me that the abbot bleeds us dry and we're expected to work here. Cheese or rye, cheese or rye, cheese or rye. Cheese. Casting pilgrim's badges. And I can't eat my cheese from... No cheese left behind. Everybody saw me walking with this guy. It wasn't by choice. Check on commission. I understand he's friendly with Father Matthias. Think he may be here to pressure Brother Piero into finishing the manuscript. He's come to yeah, as far as I can tell, he's come to terrorize the people. Yep. Yeah, Lucky was giving him a talking to. I love that it's Wednesday, my dude's frog is here. I've been in a fair amount of scraps. I'm a beat-em-up boy. Yeah, Lucky doesn't seem like the fighting type. When fight finds him, he's not the one lying on the ground at the end. Seems like the Baron left more than one bad impression. Misgivings about the man. What kind of misgivings? Enlighten me, Otto. He fools around with young women. He's married, of course. His wife! Christian to spread rumors like that. Beat up that farmer a few years back. Beefed up Patrick Stewart. Old Rannig. I think that's Ottilia's husband. God rest his soul. Long conversation on his way up here, but he did. Of course he wouldn't mention, like, yeah, last time I was here, I beat the crap out of an old man. But it does seem like the kind of thing he would do. I don't want to stand up for him. He's a jerk. What did you talk about then? No offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? We got my work. Martin Luther. I don't know if we want to name drop Martin Luther. He could sense my inherent moral quality, Otto. I don't think that's true at all. Talk to me about my work. Of course, that's what he's interested in when he's at the inn. He's fantastic. He's chasing girls or harassing peasants. If he's friendly with an abbot, no bad would ever come to him. Bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls. Otto is outspoken. No offense, I like your books. Can't read them, but they're pretty. I was just born, and it seems like everybody hates the abbot, so let's agree. This will be remembered. Anyway, let's change the subject. Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job. Same Martin who is trying to pilfer from Lorenz. Laziest soul in testing. Can't even hold a hammer. Damn thief. Look at him over by that guest house. Yeah, I saw him over by that guest house. Don't worry about it. He has time to change. Hopefully he'll grow into it. Our sheep, their ewes are shorn, and the women will be spinning soon. Otto. I know, yeah, it feels very sort of threatening in a way. Like, you don't have to remember that. Like, please don't remember that. Otto needs to get with Clara's friend, Eva. Storm's coming. Everybody knows the storm's coming except for me. Say hello to Ava for me. I ship it. Of course, you got it. I will be your wingman. I should head back to the scriptorium. This will be remembered. Okay, time to get back to work. Hey, storm came. Everyone was right. You're still here? Should I talk to him again? Yeah, I should probably just go away. Yeah. Alright, up to Abby. Hey, who are all you folks? Matthew, Carl, and some funny little folks. Bless you. Yeah, I saw you earlier. What are you doing out here? You're very tiny. You're a rabbit in addition to my Roll's pierces. Shrine of St. Lawrence. Patron Saint. Oh, his hand. This will be remembered. His hand touches the beacon. The shrine is always beautifully kept. Like the life of St. Lawrence, not. Andreas, you don't have to be a jerk. I'm glad that I don't pick jerk Andreas. But I wish that I could say, like, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, you ought to learn something. Widely known for his martyrdom. Protected the town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he and his legion were decimated. You mean annihilated? Because technically decimation means 1 of every 10. I like using my little skills, but that seems very smart-ass. Oh, let's be a smart-ass. From Decimus. Matthew is tired of my shit. Anyway, you said legion. Doesn't that mean he was Roman? Not entirely of Christians. He refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome. The emperor had his legion massacred. Click on the word didn't work. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing like this. However, he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Just just because a special dialogue option pops up doesn't always mean it's the best one. I know it's very hard because the special dialogue option has a little symbol, and I want to click on the little symbol because I have monkey brain. Tassig venerates St. Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Tassig was pagan. We just talked to ill Peter, who said a bunch of pagan stuff, so St. Moritz came here? Venus Legion. Oh, the townspeople refused to help. Snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing fruits. Yeah, I've heard this compared to Disco Elysium in like several venues, and I'm currently watching my partner play through Fallout New Vegas, which is also an Obsidian joint, and like I haven't been paying as close attention as I probably should be, considering I'm doing some research on this game and sort of the execution. But I've heard the sort of narrative decisions compared both to New Vegas and Disco Elysium. I have not played Disco Elysium. I could probably be convinced to. I like video games with sort of lower stakes. So shoot 'em up, save the world is not really my jam. But yeah, Disco Elysium seems more up my alley of sort of contained narrative that isn't apocalyptic. Moritz was saved by these wonderful fruits. Check this out. What did happen this afternoon? She too was martyred. Not I'm surprised. What an astounding story. Yes, be respectful, my little artist man. This will be remembered bits essentially affect the influence you may have over a character when asking them to do something. Carl looks like Varric from Dragon Age. I've said it and I can't take it back. Seems busier than usual. And in my work, to the Shrine of St. Lawrence this morning. Everybody is talking about the Shrine of St. Lawrence. I want to make friends, but I also want to move along the plot, and I'm aware that my stream is running a little bit long, but, Andreas, don't be a jerk. Dedication to St. Moritz is impressive. Usually for every autumn for good harvest. Satya's shrine. Andreas, please. I hope that the saints will hear your prayers. Where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? Back to the scriptorium? Oh, yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Abaday. Yeah, I will definitely be uploading this to YouTube, and I will probably be playing more of this, hopefully. I know Thanksgiving is next week, so I'm not sure many people are going to be around, but, yeah. Don't say that, options, yeah. Rudiger, it's St. Rudiger, just Rudiger, my butt. Oh yeah, the persuade. Positive influence. So, how did I do this last time that I found a shortcut? Is it this way? Nope! I'm lost! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who are you? Sebas. Oh, this was the guy that, was it you, Aleph, that you asked me if I met him yet? God give you health, Mr. Mary. Oh, there's Abbott! And he's in a completely different style. He's in, like, almost sort of Coptic, Ethiopic style. Returning to Rome. Or maybe like a Byzantine icon style. Bishop regret that we could not reciprocate Father Rodolph's generosity. Constance many, many years ago. Meeting of bishops in 1414 and 1418. That was 100 years ago in game time. Will you remain in Rome? Yes, mentioning him in response to the change in art style. Yeah, there is quite a difference between Mr. Woodcut Andreas and Mr. Icon Sabbat. I love that the Obsidian folks decided to go with this very different style to represent that thing. It's fun to look at visually, and yeah. Bishop, and I miss these mountains. You should travel to Ethiopia. Oh, so he might be Ethiopic. Okay. Yes, he is. He is an Ethiopian man. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, Ge'ez manuscripts with their fantastic colorful illuminations are great, and they are very much in this sort of style. I'd love to someday. Still need to get back to Nuremberg. If we're in Rome, hit me up. Anyway, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. Still with strange looks, especially in rural places, but I have kind words with the baker. Albans, Ulrich and Brett. Ulrich, good lord, you look like a grumper. Brett looks very nice. Tell a story to the children and their mothers over. Yeah, Brett seemed excited, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. Don't be a jerk. I would love to have dinner with you. I hope that I don't overcommit to dinner plans. Anyway, I'm lost. Kitchen, cellar, cemetery. I want to explore, but things are happening. Oh, okay, I know where I am. Old Bailey. Scriptorium. Okay. Back at it. And good brother Ferenc, who is not being as suspicious as he was earlier, but still being kind of invasive and micromanaging. Ferenc, if you want to comment on scribes' works, maybe you should be a scribe yourself. I'm working to the best of my freaking abilities. Fast, but I'm good. You gonna micromanage Guy? Ah. Oh no, he's gonna be mean to Piero. Piero did nothing wrong. Ferenc, I hope you trip on a table. Oh, God, shut up, Ferenc. That seems a bit much. Let's be diplomatic here. You are a guest. No, Eve. My work, I'm responsible. Oh, look who it is. Mr. Butthead himself. Lorenz, you're such a jerk. I'm all this way, and to be honest, I expected more. So nowhere near finished. Oh. You're the jerk in this sad story. You fix this. Oh, Andreas, I haven't spoken to you enough already. How should I respond? The abbot seems annoyed. Just nod, don't irritate the abbot. Addressing him as my lord. Greet him with his first name, your brothers and comrades in art. Chaos. Yeah, let's be respectful. Oh my lord, why not have Brother Geek completed of speed? Art. Oh, he wants me to do the others. Andreas is okay. Oh no, I don't know what to do. I want to take pressure off Brother Piero, but I respect Brother Piero, and I don't want Lorenz to be a jerk to him like he is being. I am finishing my masterpiece, but oh, let's take pressure off Brother Piero. I don't want to make an excuse. This is hard, but I don't want to be like, well, I guess I'll do it. This will be remembered. Oh, okay, we're good. There we have it. You still welcome at your table for supper? Yeah. Oh! No, I have plans! No, I want to meet the printer! You can't do this to me! Josh Sawyer! I want to see the printing press! I get to see the printing press later. My good friend, the Prince Bishop. Good lord. Andreas may join us for supper. Now I have to decide later if I want to meet these assholes for supper or see the printing press. Fairy, what the hell, man? Oh, Fairy. Curious to see your thoughts on Pillars of Eternity. Ooh. Huh. I don't know Pillars of Eternity 2. I know it as like part of Josh Sawyer's oeuvre in terms of writing and stuff, but I have no idea like what it's about. And I've seen pictures of it. It looks pretty. But yeah, it would be fun to sort of play through a bunch of games that are medievalish and talk about the medievalisms. Should I be a dick to Ferenc? I kind of want to be. I am a little scrapper. Let's get scrappy. Scrap 'em. Thank you, Piero, for stepping in. Gee! Suck a quill. That's quite enough, Ferenc. Oh my god, Andreas! Oh, non-confrontational Andreas. And Illuminata and Zdena are trying to step in. Stop your hollering. Sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. I work here and wash up in the lavatorium for supper. Oh. I mean, like, I could have dinner with the Druckers another time. What is this? Oh, I can interact with this? Great. What's in here? What Friar Ferenc was doing with this book. Oh, this is an ex libris of the, I think it's an ex libris of the Universitas Ecclesiastis. Library of the University of Five Churches. Hungarians call it Ix. Barbarians. Why would I leap to the conclusion that Ferenc stole this? Although he does seem like a dick. So... Oh, this is fun. I like this. I think that all digitized manuscripts should have this option of a flying manicule that turns red when you can learn stuff about things. Oh, that's fun. I know this because I'm a bees and butterfly boy. Speculum astronomiae. Virtus magnets, defensivus correct. Albertus Magnus. Magnets. 13th century Dominican theologian. I was gonna say this is not a very well executed book. Ghanaian Flemish, not from here, not recently. Don't be a smartass. Oh, look at these corrections! These are so fun! You can really see the texture of the page with the strike-throughs. Oh, wow, and the little stars. It's definitely Farron's handwriting. Noting the text at the university for personal use or for the benefit of future readers. I wonder if he's doing it for personal use. Thorough comment. Oh, fun! Oh, there's the that makes me very joyful that there is offsetting of the text from this very sort of dark, juicy quill that has offset onto this facing page because it was written and it was wet and it was not allowed to dry before Farron closed the book. So I wonder if this is what he was quickly scribbling. Thank you, Andreas. Andreas got my back. Andreas knows what's up. Libra, Capricorn, Aries. All astrologers. Maybe I should have learned Greek at some point. You learned Latin, my boy. Copy this down to reference it. Okay. Well, I'm glad I did that. That was fun. Okay. Old Bailey. Cemetery. Scriptorium. Church. Dormitory. Let's go straight to the church. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, lavatorium. That's right. Okay. You get to there from here. Maybe lost again. Yeah, I can go through the cloister and get there. Is this it? Nope. I'm gonna say I need to go up. Not that though. Aha! It's lava sumptoriums. Not. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here. So glad you're joining us for supper. I wouldn't recommend talking much. I'm like a fool of myself. Take my place. I could. No, I don't like being that. I wish you could take my place, but I don't because they're jerks and you don't deserve to be among jerks. But that seems kind. Aww. Oh, you are my pride. I cannot wait to claim I have taught you, or I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I'm proud to have known you and your work. Change your style. Oh, sweet Piero. Piero Defense Squad. Frustrated by my brother. Little hand washies. Right. We can go back through the cloisters. And here. And you could join us. Oh, I meant to post something on Instagram. Let me pause real quick. There. Ooh, and on Instagram, Obsidian's account just posted that it has gotten like a bunch of 5 out of 5 star ratings, so good for them. Lorenz, Andreas, glad you could join us. I'm not. I wanted to see the printing press. How are all you assholes? Matthew gets to read and not eat. You read Matthew much? Yes. I guess you're supposed to be listening to this and not chatting. Oh, and there's the Ethiopian brother. That's so great. I love the contrast between him and the other brothers. Oh, and you can very clearly see the contrast between the illuminated manuscript brothers and the woodcut brothers when they're this close together. The lines are so different. Anything by Martin Luther? Jiminy Christmas, Lorenz. You are the least subtle individual. Yeah, please change the subject. Oh my gosh. Lorenz, don't press it. You have no tact. You see value in his ideas, do you not? Oh, Thomas says, shut up. Is he just hollering this over to Matthew? Like, hey, how do you feel about Martin Luther? Look at everyone glaring at him. Like, oh, poor Sabbath is surprised eyebrows. What about Andreas? What about Andreas? Yeah, he has put me in a difficult position. I should have gone to see the printing press. Why not join in a debate, Socrates? I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. Well, I don't want to... God dang. Oh. I don't want to criticize the abbot. I need to be quiet. I know what happens to Lorenz anyway, so, Oh, I don't want to piss everybody off. This will be remembered. Oh, Lorenz, I'm wounded. Oh. Will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or with any other brother. You got it? Reform is coming. Oh, the Guerneau's angry. He's got ink blots. Beyond insulting. It's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you? Ugh, sour Lorenz. Yeah, you have ruined it. You have especially ruined mine because I could be looking at a printing press right now. I will make goob on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of the Historia Tassi. No thanks to this situation. Yeah, they're both jerks, but Lorenz is prime jerk. I'm leaving. Now you have to go too. God, this is a disaster. I just wanted to see the printing press. Don't worry, it'll be fine by the morning. Will it, Piero? My love, I know what happens. Yeah. Okay, so I do hope the Baron requests the Abbott's. What do you think of Martin Luther? Brother Piero is also good at deflecting. Sleepy time. Yeah, I should get some sleep. I feel bad I didn't see the printing press guy. I am so sorry. Pop in the shrine? Oh, and it's the St. Moritz. There's his hand. High five. The Lance of Longinus? Nice Evangelion reference. Let's try to learn some of the sisters who paint badges for the victims. Okay, I should go home. Convent garden. No, 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 no. That's Nunland. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm lost. Ugh. Okay, I guess I'll look at some stuff in here. Oh, no. Flies. Oh, how wonderful. Huh. Sans-Froid. I think it has a certain charm. I know about all of this stuff because I am a bee and rainbow boy. It's Mousefinger! Oh, Mousefinger, what are you doing out here in the rain? Oh, Mousefinger. Good kitty. Oh, I love this game. I'm so glad I stumbled into the frickin' convent. Oh, Mousefinger. One wart. Okay. Oh, Lord. I am very lost. I need to go home and go to sleep. Upper Abbey. Supposed to look good. Not for me! Okay. How do I go home? I don't know how to go home. To town. Okay, so I do need to go through the lower abbey. Real challenge of this game is figuring out where I am. Nope. I'm still running in the guest house. What was he thinking? For starting. Can I check on it now? Nope. Meadow? Meadow 210, yes. I should go down to the Abbott's house first. No. Oh, yeah, light on here too. It's sleepy time. No fast travel in Pentiment. Huh? A ghost! A ghost! Huh? Jill, did you see that? I love how expressive Andreas's face is. The ghost? Yeah, man, you seen a ghost? Maybe. Roman ghost. Pagan ghost. Both. Interesting. Have you ever seen one? This is a common aspect of the village. Andreas says, let me get back to Nuremberg. Spooky. Oh, I can look at these things. Iris. Well, I can look at all these things now, but I should go home and get to sleep. I'm gonna get medieval pneumonia. Columbine. Is Columbine European? Oh. Tomorrow, 2 a.m. Old horse step. Struggling to remember the name of the term for a woman who is sort of sequestered away because she's sort of a mystic, what's it called? Anchoress? Mystic, gifted with visions. Kind of like Hildegard von Bingen. Here. Whoops, Rose, you haven't noticed her before. You came to this more often. Anchoress. Thank you, Thomas. The religious hermit, so devoted to God that she has enclosed herself in a cell. Into the world that continues a life of pain. Great and terrible visions. Oh, you call her an anchoress if you have the theologist background, so you know already. Huh. Write down her visions. Volkert. Why is he poor? He looks plenty happy. I guess I will learn. Thank you, Father Thomas. Good night. Oh, and now we get a different sort of concept of how Andreas views her with the change of the text. She doesn't speak like the other church people. She speaks like an illiterate person. Yeah. Medicine. She feels pain that is both physical and spiritual. Deformity in her spine. Vision of death. Could someone be in danger? You can have many meanings in this case. Falling back to sleep. Good night. That was whack. Man, I saw a ghost and a woman yelled at me through a window. And I'm going to get pneumonia if I don't go home soon. Sugar house. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't have dinner with you. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I'm lost. Okay, here's the Gertner farm. Oh, there's me. Okay. So I can kind of go that way. cows. Okay, this was where the sheep explosion was. Their farm, yes. Sleepy time. Sleeping, standing up, sitting up. Oh, everybody's tucked in, little Ursula. That's so sweet. Big Jorg is still feet sticking out from under the blanket. Okay. Sleepy time. Why would I stay awake? I am cold and wet. If I stayed awake, would I, like, do things? Go to sleep. Got my sleepy hat on. I'm glad there's not a leak over my head. Oh, that little owl on the calendar's so cute. Okay, shit's about to go down. It's still raining. Ursula. Aww. Grumpy. It's alright, Ursula. Oh, the leaks. Jorg has been a godsend. I think it's a deeper family. Oh, lightning, scary. You'll make a fine husband someday. Oh, flooding. The farm okay? Oh, what about... You're already struggling for money. And I have some money for you. Can I please give you money? And I need to tell you that Alto said hi. There we go. Yes, he did. I'm not even going to click on that thought bubble. I'm going to be a wingman. Ooh. Can I give you money? Ah, I disappeared. Oh. Ursula looks so grumpy. Oh no, flood! Oh, jeez. I was being kind. Some of the sheep escaped. He falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill. The reason we're down here and they're up there. Anyway, gotta get back to this. Let me give you money! I have tax money! Let me help you! Collins. Andrus, you know what we did last night? That was wild. Oh, don't be inappropriate, Andrus. I'm not a gossip. Oh, yeah, we did establish that earlier. Curious. I think he's going to get too slow. He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. Both like each other. So if you found the right person, you should go for it. What I would do. Is this a smart-ass thing to say? This will be remembered. Oh. Good for the soul to be alone. Oh. It's not giving you this lesson. Be optimistic. Work until later. Oh, there's a puddle. Do I have to run through the puddle? I don't know that I can run through the puddle. Can't go that way. Ulrich, the grumpy man. Big storm. God wills it. Ah, Mrs. Lucky. And that's what's going on at the Vipers. And Miss Miller! It's about a month to go before Jonathan's here. Oh. Best chance you have. Resting grumpy face, yeah. Just feel it. Some of the most innocuous things are, this will be remembered. Oh, I want to go into the bakery and all these places too, but I am in the rain. Oh, it's toasty in here. Look at all these breads. Oh, and a little child. Oh, and bread family. It's a pleasure to see you. I don't know if you should be making bread on the floor, little one. Aren't you a good man? Am I flirting with her? Oh, is she gonna say cute things? Hi! Ulrich, what's up, my man? Okay. We should move the plot along. Yay! Pet Schlau! Hello, Schlau. What are you doing out in the rain? I'm glad that you can pet all the cats, even if they are out in the rain. Pentiment dog and cat petting speed run. Church and Drunkers. I'm sorry I didn't come see your printing press. Dinner last night was awful. Ah, lucky. Good the water drains here something. Oh, connecting the foundation. Have to be dug back up soon anyway. I know, I hope that you can pet the pigs. I don't think you can pet the pigs or sheep. I hope that nothing bad happens to the pigs or sheep though. Nation's gonna crack. Oh, the bones are being moved to ossuaries. What up? You good? First thing the Druckers are going to say when you next see them. Our dinner date you missed? This will be remembered. I'm certain that that will happen. That seems extremely lucky. Or extremely likely. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an earthly hand. Okay. I need to move this plot along so I can go eat my dinner. Am lost. Here. There's a freaking Abby. There, up there. Okay, so through the middle. No, not middle. Want meadow. Meadow. I wonder if I will see another ghost. There's no fast travel in Pentiment. Hello, too. Never seen a nicer view. So that Nuremberg has many Roman ruins. See, without the mud on my shoes, but the aqueduct does make a nice silhouette. Hard to believe the Romans built a town all the way out here, and we just let these structures fall apart. That seems like you're implying something. Let's be a Latinist. The marvels. If they match the old legends I read about. Sort of old legends. Well, I should have said I didn't know you could read. I bet his handwriting would have changed. They let me borrow books from the Abbey's library. I think I read through half the library before Father came out. Yeah, here we go. Change in handwriting. Father Thomas was strict about which books should be read now. Done. Town of Romans and Tastic on my computers. This book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellius defeated the Raite, I think it was. The oyster, yeah. Heavy snowfall. Ours. Yes. Grumpy little oyster. Killing. Beefed. Divided. For all this thing. That sounds like the story of Brother Matthew told me about St. Lawrence. That was the gods. If Curso has any record of Tassie before St. Lawrence arrived. First saved near spring. What is the same story? A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. We move from oral tradition to manuscript tradition to print tradition. Nice to feel you're connected. Nice. And I need to get to the plot important scriptorium. Hey! You little shit. Hey! Okay, but I can pass this check. Hey, Andres! Ew, he's in tight. Godspeed, you little thief. Come on. I know something's gonna happen. What's up, Mikhail? Is God with us? And his wife, Lady Salomea, will be arriving today. Oh, she's pretty! She's about to be single soon. Disappointed. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to start shit. Oh boy. I don't have any favor with Ralph Vogel. No, he just hates me. Oh. Oh no. I've made everyone mad at me. He isn't forgiving. He's not forgiving me. He's not going to be forgiving for much longer. He enjoys hiking in all sorts of weather. I thought he said that he didn't like being outside. Next time, don't look at a thing. Hurt surly young man in a hat? No, I sure didn't. sword fighting. Two hands. No, I didn't see anybody. Did something happen? Oh! There's some gulden. Gold coins. A foreign. You don't need to concern yourself. My lord is a man of means. He won't miss them. He's rich enough, he won't bother. Anyway. Children. Let's go up the stairs. There's a gruesome discovery to be made at some point. We need to gruesomely discover it. Gosh darn it. Where's my gruesome discovery? Laboratory on Bailey. We have to do some illumination first. What's up, gang? I think the abbot had auto replace the roof. Yeah, that's good. Factory next door, we can stay warm while everyone is cold and wet. Communal warming room. Oh, toasty room. Huh. Keeps the monks warm and the library dry. As long as it doesn't burn the library to the ground. It's foresight saved a lot of our work and protected what's in the library. Brother Guy is such a little shit. Harder than the stone of this floor, sure is. The grumpy old monk, but where's the nice one? Where's Piero? Oh no. Brother Piero left to speak to the abbot. Oh. Here comes the gruesome discovery. Summoned to the chapter house. God, give me the strength to endure this man. Same. I guess I'll just stay in here. Yes, you should see what is the matter. Toast. Oh. I just heard a startling scream. Did it go back? Where did the scream come from? I was startled by the scream. Where's everybody? Yourself at the chapter house. Chapter house is down here, so I could go through the cloister. Kitchen, refractory. Oh. I'm trying to go to the chapter house, my man. Oh my god. I'm trying! Ah, shoot! Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Click on poor brother. Here we go. A gruesome discovery. Aaron, he's been hurt. Yeah, looks a little bit more than that. Florian, if you... This doesn't look good. Uh-oh. Let's take Sister Margaret back to the garden. Renata crossing herself. Oh boy. Now all of his connections are going to come to bite us in the ass. The existence of friends summoned the church. Far enough from Roman minds that everyone forgets about us. This could bring unwanted attention. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, sisters. Lorian, can you commit a crime? Oh my god. You're no. Pulling your brothers and sisters out of our home? Oh boy. Oh boy. Tevin is already preparing to leave. Baron's wife should be here in a matter of hours. Here, no, you just asked everyone to hide the body. Prince Bishop's Archdeacon was an instroke for the Imperial Diet. Swift action will silence any whispers of impropriety. Archdeacon will undoubtedly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Please detain Brother Piero in the cellar. Yeah, that's a damn good question. Now is the time to wrap some scallions. You'll take him over my dead body. Oh boy, I've pissed off Gurno for real now. Damn, Andreas! Flagrante delicto! Yeah, this seems really shitty on Gurno's part. Piero did nothing wrong! Even if Piero wanted to kill the Baron, he's not. Yeah, that's accurate. Affects his fingers. He could barely hold a knife, much less use it to kill someone. Oh, should I be a jerk a little bit? This will be remembered, I'm sure. Hey, Brother Piero, until I say otherwise. Chris, do not show your face here again till tomorrow. You get it? This is ridiculous. Say nothing is such an easy way out. Get it. Oh, poor Brother Piero. Sympathize with you. I don't think Piero did this either, but this isn't the time. Other brothers and sisters believe Piero is innocent as well, but the abbot's worried about the Prince Bishop's attention. Have any recommendations? I'd love to hear it. A few hours to calm your nerves and your mind. You need to think clearly. Go to the Druckers, eat a good meal, and come back at known as 3 p.m. Okay, I don't have much time, but tap on my window with a small stone and I will let you. Examine the body. I think that that is where I will stop today. I think I will continue to play this because, I mean, obviously I'm going to continue to play it, but um, I think I will continue to stream it. I don't know if I'll do it this weekend or next week. But this has been great. I'm very glad that the technology cooperated with me this time, and we got to see so much of the book and manuscript inspiration of Pentiment and the care that went into crafting it. And yeah, I hope you tune in for the next stream. I'm really looking forward to playing more of this game. And thanks to all of the folks at Obsidian who took such care with it. It's really a joy to play. And I will see you next time.